So, is it time to take a step back, look at female led sequels, and go, they're cooked? No matter how good they are, no matter how bad they are just not going to make money. We're going to talk about one from forever ago, which was the Ghostbusters remake. I feel like the Ghostbusters remake was everything wrong with a female led spinoff. Because not only did it introduce these new characters who were, for the most part, outside of Kate McKinnon's character, unlikable, but it also took shots at the original characters that a lot of people loved. When you move forward into the future with, what was that, Ghostbusters Aftermath? Ghostbusters Aftershocks? What was the name of the Ghostbusters movie that just came out? I know was Frozen Empire was the most recent one, and that was okay. It could have been a whole lot better. Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife. When you look at Ghostbusters Afterlife is the perfect female led spin-off sequel where you're dealing with the children of a main loved character. You reintroduce the cast of the original film. They feel exactly the same. The energy they give off screams that, I'm happy to be here. Everything about Ghostbusters Afterlife was the correct way to do a sequel. And it actually did pretty good. $75 million budget, and it raked in $204 million. So it made back double and then some, a little bit then some, of what it essentially cost. But in the most recent years, I've been kind of shocked that two female led spin off prequel slash sequels, depending on what we're talking about here, have kind of bombed. The first one was Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. That is shocking to me. Hey, popping in here. So, come here. You're going to be seeing a bunch of these, right? I find it hilarious that a movie that nobody went to go see, that didn't make any money, has such strict copyright protection. Where I mean, any small smidgen of a video that I decide to even add to my video instantaneously gets fucking dinged. How do you think you're going to be able to foster creating a community or bringing awareness to more people being interested in your side projects if you're just shutting out everybody's voice from being able to talk about your fucking project? That's all. I just felt as though I need. You're going to see this pop up at least two more times, and it's all around Furiosa. But I also blocked out the Mad Max stuff because for whatever reason, every single time I upload it, it's like a full copyright violation. That film, in my opinion, if you were to take a step back and we were to rate everything on the Devil May Cry scale, Mad Max 4, which was Fury Road, is S tier. It is fucking up there. Like when I say that George Miller put his foot in creating Fury Road, I absolutely mean he put his fucking whole foot in the creation of Fury Road. Everything about Fury Road is fantastic. From the set pieces to the characters to some of the just cinematic shots. That one shot of the car being dragged up into the tornado and it explodes into like all these different fucking colors. Fantastic. And he had said at the end of the creation of that movie that, hey, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to focus, well, make a movie focusing on one of the main characters from this film in regards to Furiosa. And I was super fucking excited. I wanted to see more about Furiosa's character. What led her to basically be working under, I almost called him Baron Harkonnen. I've been playing way too much Dune. Good God, I can't remember his Immortan Joe. What led her to work under Immortan Joe? Somebody like Immortan Joe, when it seems as though she actually has standards. Movie comes out, it's great. It's just as cinematic. It has beautiful set pieces. The scene where Dementus is riding through the desert with his cape blowing, and there's an entire motorcycle chain gang riding behind him. It's great. It's sitting at a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Nobody went to go see this film. This film cost $168 million to make, and it only made 174.3 million. And the question becomes, well, why didn't people go to see this film? A lot of people want to just see the main character. If you're making a Mad Max film, they want to go and see Mad Max. A lot of people decide that they don't want to invest in spin-off characters, and I'm sad to say this, but a lot of people feel as though they don't want to invest in spin-off characters that involve female leads. And we're in that situation again, because another film that I saw recently was Ballerina, which takes place in the John Wick universe. Fantastic action. Ana de Armas is great. They respect the hell out of John Wick. Like, we've gotten the perspective of John Wick from his films, that the dude is basically the Grim Reaper. Ballerina shows us the Grim Reaper, because she's struggling to basically make it through like this entire town. And John shows up, and within like 5 minutes, he has everyone spooked. He's appeared and disappeared multiple times. He's eliminating people and getting into areas that just does not make sense in any way, shape, or form. He's essentially moving like Batman. And then we get the Baba Yaga, which is, in the short span of time that he's there, he's already killed like 50 people. And you're like, okay, respects the main character, shows us just how dangerous he is, introduces a new character who can literally be like the little sister to John. There's a hilarious fight that happens, which is very Big Brother, Little Sister coded. Um, and makes it so that the story of that character is interesting, that I probably want to go back and see more from them. Movie comes out, budget of 90 million, only made 110 million worldwide. And it's like, it's good. It's generally good. It's sitting at like an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it really forced me to take a step back and go, okay, are we now officially in a situation where female led spin-offs of certain properties just won't have the same draw that the male led property does? Why? Well, like I said before, there's a lot of people that they are invested in John Wick. They are invested in his story. With the way in which John Wick 4 ended, more or less closing the book on his character, but at the same time leaving it open just in case they want to do a sequel, which I think they said that they are doing a sequel. They don't feel as though they want to invest in a new character inside the universe. It's one of the reasons why I think the Continental show only got one season. Hold on. Continental. The Continental series. I think it only got one season before it was canceled. Where the hell is the damn way you call it for the Continental? Here it is. The series premiered on Peacock and Amazon Prime International. Yeah, it got one season, essentially, 3 episodes. And we don't know whether or not they are coming back for another sequel. Like, it was found as a decent show. A lot of people really didn't tune in to watch it. I got mixed reviews, but that was a male-led spinoff. So that kind of puts a knife in the side of the argument that female spinoffs don't do well. It might just be a situation where spinoffs in general for properties that are beloved don't do well when they don't involve the main character from that franchise. And it's made even more magnified recently, because a lot of the spin-offs we have been receiving are spin-offs that have been female focused. And because they fall into that vein of spin-offs just not doing well, and they've been pushing more female spin-offs over the last few years, it's kind of going hand in hand currently, where you can take a step back and go, okay, the reason why this bombed is because of the female lead, when in truth the reason why it bombed is more or less because people aren't invested in spin-offs as much as they are in the original show. And you can even take a step back and look at something like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was fantastic. The final two seasons were absolute garbage. It turned a lot of people off. House of the Dragon comes out, it's as popular, but it never really reaches the same height of popularity that the original series did. Like, the original series for Game of Thrones had bars that would play it when it was on so people could come in and sit down and watch and drink. It was a movement, it was an event, and it never reached that height of popularity again, because for the most part people are burnt out of spin-offs, and they're burnt out of side sequels that don't involve the original characters that they initially loved. But let me know what you guys think. This is just a thought that's been rattling around inside my head in regards to spin-offs recently, and it was really magnified by the fact that two of the spin-offs that I really, really enjoyed, in the form of both Ballerina and in the form of Furiosa, just did not land the way in which I think that they deserve to land. I feel as though Ballerina is up there for me with John Wick 2. If you were to take a step back and look at John Wick 2 definitely has more fast-paced action, whereas John Wick 3 and 4 is more poetic action. Action slowed down a little bit, but it's still intense. Um Furiosa for me is not up there with Mad Max, but it's, I would say it's like, in levels of enjoyment, it's right behind Fury Road and above Thunderdome for me. But, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. As always, it's a discussion, and I'll catch you in the next one.